The Altherai fleet descended on Earth like a storm of fire. Cities crumbled under their orbital bombardments, oceans boiled, and forests turned to ash. For the invaders, it was just another conquest, one more world added to their dominion. But what they didn't know was that Earth had been here before. Humans carried scars of countless wars, disasters, and near extinctions. They had clawed their way back from plagues, from world wars, from the brink of annihilation. And this time, they weren't just fighting for land or resources. They were fighting for survival. General Amina Clark stood in the command bunker deep beneath the shattered ruins of what had once been New York. Her uniform was scorched, her eyes bloodshot from days without sleep, but her voice carried steel. "Transmit the message," she ordered. A young officer hesitated. "Ma'am, if we do this, there's no going back." Clark looked at him with fire that could burn through walls. "They burned our home. They slaughtered our people. Tell them, humanity does not forgive. Humanity does not forget." The officer swallowed hard and opened channel. Across the stars, the Altherai fleet received the human message. Simple, brutal, unforgettable. "You destroyed our world. Now we will destroy yours." At first, the Altherai laughed. Earth's militaries had been shattered, its infrastructure crippled. What threat could a wounded, fragile species pose? But then, one by one, their ships began to vanish. A supply cruiser failed to return from patrol. A communications hub exploded from within. Entire garrisons reported uprisings, slaves and oppressed species inspired by whispers of human defiance. The invaders had expected submission. Instead, they had awakened something older, something primal. Sergeant Javier Ramos crouched with his squad inside the belly of a captured Altherai transport. The stench of alien blood still clung to the walls. "Remember," he whispered, loading his weapon, "we don't fight fair. We fight human." The squad grinned grimly. They were outnumbered, outgunned, and yet every ambush, every sabotage, every act of defiance pushed the invaders closer to collapse. The Altherai had never faced enemies who turned wreckage into weapons, who could dismantle their tech with bare hands and rebuild it into something deadlier. They had never faced enemies who learned faster than they could kill. The tide turned when Earth unleashed its hidden arsenal. The orbital defense platforms, thought destroyed, reactivated under human control. From shattered factories came drones and ships, patched together, ugly, but lethal. Humanity had always been engineers, improvisers, survivors. Now, desperation made them unstoppable. In a single night, the humans launched coordinated strikes across 12 systems. Colonies the Altherai had conquered for centuries rose in rebellion, fueled by human broadcasts. "They burned our skies. They thought we would kneel. Instead, we stand. Join us." Billions answered. High Chancellor Vurock of the Altherai Dominion sat trembling on his throne. Reports flooded in, worlds falling, fleets in disarray, rebellion spreading like wildfire. "They were supposed to break," he rasped. "Why won't they break?" His advisor whispered, fear staining every syllable. "Because they have nothing left to lose, and that makes them the most dangerous enemy in the galaxy." The final blow came swift and merciless. Humanity's combined fleets, patched together from Earth and liberated worlds, stormed the Altherai capital. The once invincible Dominion crumbled under a tide of rage and retribution. When the last Altherai ship burned in orbit, General Clark spoke to the galaxy. Her words would echo for centuries. "You destroyed our world." And we answered, "Know this, Earth does not start wars. But if you bring fire to our home, we will answer with fury you cannot imagine. Remember us. Fear us. Because we will never show mercy to those who seek our extinction." Years later, when the stars were free and the Dominion was only a memory, children across the galaxy asked their parents how the nightmare had ended. And always, the answer came the same, in awe and quiet reverence. It ended when Earth stood up. It ended when humanity struck back. It ended when mercy died and survival became vengeance. And thus the legend spread. Never destroy a human world. For if you do, Earth will rise from the ashes, and the galaxy itself will tremble.